Hello, beautiful people. If you've ever tasted date syrup or date honey, you will ditch your honey, especially if you're not sure if it is pure, undiluted, organic honey. So today I'll be showing you how to make date syrup or date honey. So you need your dry dates. Normally in this part of the country, we don't get fresh dates to buy. So we buy the dry one and then you use your scissors to cut it open and then you take out the stone. So you don't soak your dates with stone, even though a lot of people do that. When you do that, you'll be soaking it together with the dirt inside, because most of the time there are dirt inside the date. So you use your scissors to cut open, you take out the stone. This, if you leave the stone in, it's going to destroy your blender. So after taking it out, you wash it under a running water. Please use a running water to wash. You wash the inside, wash outside, but make sure you don't soak. Right after washing, then you can rinse a second time. Use a clean drinking water to rinse it a second time, and then you can now soak. You also use clean drinking water to soak your date. Please don't use the running tap water. Don't use any water. Any water you know you can't drink, please don't use it to soak your date. But make sure you soak it and your date is fully covered with the water, because the date is going to soak the water and it's going to rise, right? So by the time it's well soaked, it's going to get to the point you will hardly see the water sometimes. Okay, so you keep your date overnight or for a few hours. You can put it in the refrigerator if you don't want ants to gather it. And then this is what I have after soaking. So I did mine overnight. I like soaking my dates overnight, and then in the morning I do whatever I want to do. So you get your blender. You can use any blender, and then you portion it. Make sure you put enough that the blender can blend, and then you add little water. If you don't have enough water in the date, add little drinking water so it can blend, right? If there is no water, it will be difficult for the blender to roll, the blades to roll, right? So you blend and then you check if it's not yet very smooth. We need it very, very smooth, right? If it's not very smooth, you blend again until you get a smooth consistency. Okay, so now you need a sieve, right? You can use your pap sieve, you can use your any sieve. So if you're not able to get a clean sieve, you can buy chiffon. Get a tailor, go to a tailor shop, buy chiffon. Please don't use black, because when it's dirty you won't know. Buy either cream or white, and then let them cut it and then overlock the edge for you, and then you have your chiffon. Make sure you wash very, very clean, right? You make sure and when you're using it, after using it, you keep it, you air dry it. Don't leave it in an enclosed place. Just make sure you air dry, so when you want to use it again, you don't have to wash, because I like it when it's dried, right? So you pour your dates inside your sieve, right? Pour in enough that you'll be able to squeeze, because now you will need a lot of energy to squeeze. You know how you squeeze your pap when you want to make your pap, right? So that is how you squeeze this one, and then you keep squeezing until. And now, because date is very, very, it's light, and it doesn't have the fiber is not there's no lot of chaff inside, so it's this soft. So it will be a little bit difficult, but it's nothing you can't handle, right? So you just keep squeezing until you get out the liquid. So if you want to do this thing immediately and you can't soak overnight, so what you can do is to wash your date, destone it, wash it, and then boil on fire. Once you boil it on fire, you allow it to cool, and then you blend. You can go straight ahead to sieve it. So that's if you're making your dates right away, you don't have time to soak overnight, right? Okay, so this is the chaff I got. So this is what you keep doing. So once you squeeze out all the water you can get from it, then you pour the next, you blend, and you squeeze. So you just keep doing as much as you can. So just do as much as you are able to. See that this one is thicker than the first one I blended, and that one has more water, and then I rinsed the bottom of the blender. Okay, I don't want anything to get lost, so I just added little water, and then I poured it and I squeeze. So you squeeze out all the juice. Make sure your hands are clean. Please don't use dirty hands with dirty nails. If your nails are long, make sure there are no dirt hidden in your nails. And then you can always wear a hand glove, a kitchen hand glove. You can always do that. So I have that, but I didn't use that today. So please make sure your hands are clean. So after squeezing, I poured the first batch I made, and then everything will go straight to the fire. Please, when you're cooking, don't use aluminum pots. Aluminium is toxic to the body and it leaches into the food when you use it to cook. And when you have accumulated aluminium in the body, it may lead to Alzheimer's disease, bone disorder, and other neurological disorder. So it is better to use a good stainless steel pot. Even non-stick pot is not advisable because it has Teflon, and we know Teflon is carcinogenic. Okay, so you can always use a good stainless steel pot, cast iron pot, even ceramic pot. So for the date chaff, you can decide to put it in a container and always use it. So I added little water so that I can use it as paste because it's still very sweet. Please don't discard it. So you keep stirring while it boils. Every now and then you stir and then you return back. Please don't forget it on fire. And then when the more it boils, the more it gets thicker, and then you allow it to cool off. Once you've gotten the thickness you want, you can turn your stove off and then allow it to cool down, because once it gets cooled it becomes thicker. If you want yours to be thicker than the one I made, you can leave it on your stove longer, and then the longer it stays, the thicker it gets. So this is it. You pour it, allow it to get cold, and then you pour it into a glass jar. When you see anything that looks like lump, just use your spoon to smoothen it. There's no lump. It's smooth, it's tasty, and it's very, very sweet. This is a healthy alternative to sugar, and then even to honey, because we have a lot of adulterated honey out there. You're not sure which one is pure. You can always trust date syrup when it is made by you, because you know there is no sugar in it. It is pure date syrup. So will you be trying this? You can use this date syrup to sweeten your tea, your cereal. You can use it to make popcorn. You can use it to make anything you want to do. You can use it for your granola, parfaits, and anything. Trust me, the taste is heavenly. Particularly I like using it for pap and cocoa oats. It tastes heavenly. Just add your tiger nut milk and then your date syrup, and you won't believe the taste. Store in an airtight container on the shelf for weeks and few months, and also in the refrigerator. Share this video with that friend and family that can't do without sugar. Like and leave us a comment.